Yes, friends. We are just solving the question number 5 here. What is given? We have to find out here principle. But what is the principle? Directly we can calculate the formula. We can put the formula for P. P is equal to 100 into simple interest divided by R into T, where R is rate of interest, okay, or rate percent, and T is time number of years. That we have to write here. This formula has applied. P is equal to 100 into simple interest divided by R into T. Okay, this is the basic formula for principle, and finding the principle here. Now let me put the values. What is the this is 100 as it is. Simple interest we are given 143 rupees 143, and divided by R into T. R is here 5 by 2 it was 5 upon 2. 2 will come in the numerator. This is 2, and time was 13 upon 4 years, so 13 upon 4 will come in the numerator. I'm doing it directly. Okay, shortcut. So this is the value. We have to solve for principle now. What the principle finally? Let me now solve it. Principle. We can just apply the direct formula. Principal is equal to simple interest into 100 divided by R into T. Rate of interest into time number of years. Okay, number of years 13 by 4. So 13 upon 4 will come in the numerator. This you know about, because when a number is divided by something and the ratio is just reversed in case of changing that into multiplication sign. Division sign is changed to multiplication, then the ratio in the denominator is reversed. It will be 2 by 4 by 13 and 2 by 5. No problem. Now let me solve it. So this is 13. When you are 13 and 13, when you are 13, 11 times. Complete 2 and 43 is cancelled out. And 5 it is 20 times. Okay, but we have 10, 20 times. So 20 into 11, 3 into 4 into 2. Let me, this 4 to the 8. Let's say 24. 24 to the 48. 480 into 11. This is a total rupee. Let me further calculate it. So 11 in the 1100. 11 is the 88. 8 carry 11 to the 44 and 8 52. Right, 44 and 8 46 plus 2 52. 5,280 rupees. The principle is this. This is the formula. On this principle, rupees 143 will be the simple interest for 13 upon 4 years at the rate 5 upon 2%. The rate of interest was 2.5 means 5 upon 2%. That is given there. Okay, so this is the rupees. Hence, principle is this. Finally, we have calculated the principle. Hence, the principle is, we can write here. Hence, the principle or the money borrowed, the base money, the principal. PRINCI. The principal is equal to rupees 5,280. This is the answer. Finally, this is the answer. Okay. Now this is question number 5. Let me now talk about question number 6. What is question number 6 say? But before that, let me clean this. Now it is very dark. Okay, so now question number 6 we will do. So all these things are just clarified. But simple interest is the easiest to calculate, there is no doubt about this, but the point is how to understand the formula used. But in this formula we can find out the 4 things. Simple interest, either principal, rate and time. Okay. Time is number of years. Rate, percent we can calculate. Then principal also can be calculated, or we can calculate simple interest. This formula is applicable for 4 things to be calculated. Okay, they are interdependent. 3 of them will be given. No one is to be calculated. Either simple interest is to be calculated, then 3 other things, principal, rate and time will be given, or time if we have to calculate the principal, simple interest and everything, and other rate will be given, time can be calculated. So in this way, out of these 4 things, 3 are missing. Sorry, 3 are given, 1 is missing. That 1 missing is to be calculated. That is the point. Now come to the Next question. Question number 6. What does it say? Simple interest on a sum of money is 1 upon 9 of these principal. Okay. So the simple interest is given to us, which is the simple interest on a sum of money is 1 upon 9 of the principal, and the number of years is equal to the rate percent. The number of years is also given, which is equal to rate percent. Find the rate percent. So it means we have to find out the number of years is equal to R, and the rate is also R. So R into R is R square. That we can calculate. So what is given here? Let me write here this question. So here we are given very interesting question. We are given here let me write the simple interest. The simple interest on a sum of money. On a sum of money is 1 upon 9. 1 upon 9 of the principal. 1 upon 9 P of the or 1 upon 9 of the principal. This is given to us. Okay, we will consider this. And the number of years, and the number of years is also number of years. The number of years is equal to the rate of interest, right? Is equal to the rate percent, equal to the rate percent per annum. Rate percent per annum, no problem. 8% per annum. You find here the rate percent. Find the rate percent. Okay. Find the rate percent. No problem. This we have to calculate. Solution. See here. Let. This is given to us. Let principal is P is equal to capital P. Therefore, simple interest is equal to 1 upon 9P. This is given to us. This is given. Okay. And time is equal to number of years equal to R given equal to rate percent, right? And rate percent is equal to R percent, no problem. This is also given. Now let us calculate what is given to us. So we can just find out what is R percent. Therefore, for R, we will just calculate R, no problem. Let me write here. Let me solve here. Solution. Hence, the formula for simple interest is simple interest equal to P into R into T upon 100. This is given to us. Now put the values. Put the values here. So, yeah, values given to us are simple interest is 1 upon 9P is equal to P principal no problem as it is. R is small r, 8% and time is also small r divided by 100. Now we can solve it. So this is P cancelled out because if I divide by P will be cancelled out. This is 900 upon 9 r square equal to, this implies that r into r is r square is equal to 100 upon 9. This can witness 10 upon 3 whole square. 10 upon 3 because 100 means 10 whole square. 9 is 3 square. 10 upon 3 whole square. This will be. Okay, so that can give us R is equal to, therefore this implies that R is equal to 10 upon 3%. This is answer. Therefore R is, let me further write it down. Hence rate percent is equal to 10 upon 3 equal to 3 and 1.3% is the answer. Okay, so this is the answer here. Rate percent is 3 and 1.3% of 10 by 3%. That we have to calculate. This is question number 6. We have completed. Let me find another question. 7th. What is given to us? Let me write here. Given to us. This is 7th question. Okay. In question number 7, it says what annual payment. Very interesting question. This is what annual payment will discharge a debt of rupees 770, right, due in 5 years. The rate of interest being 5% per annum. First, I will solve it by the simple formula, shortcut formula. But after that, I will explain that how that formula is obtained, and then this kind of questions can be solved very easily. I would say that a debt of rupees 770 is taken. What annual payment? Annual payment we have to find out. And annual payment is not the principal or anything. Annual payment is per year some annual payment we have to give. But for the first year, when we will go give the first year, the total number of years whatever is there, and okay, and minus 1. Total number of years whatever is given to us after that, because in the last year we have to pay that simple principal which we have now calculated. With the principal P in the last year means suppose 5 years are there or 6 years are there, so 6th year P will be given. Suppose X is the that annual payment. Annual payment is X, let me take. That X is in the last year 6th year. In the 5th year, which is for one amount, 1 into X, so that will be 1x plus the solution is 100 plus 1x or x upon 100, right? That money will be given for the 5th year, then 4th year, then 3rd year, then 2nd year. Second year is t minus 6 minus 2 in this case. So t minus 2 in this case this is, and t minus 1 is the initial year, first year. So in the first year t minus 1. T is suppose 6 we will calculate, so 5. So 1 lesser than total time is calculated for the first annual installment. So annual installment, this kind of question is mostly nowadays calculated because this question is very important for students or management as well, who are going to get the money back from the borrower, from any person who is borrowing the or purchasing anything. So he is given that thing or that any purchase whatever he is purchasing, that thing is given on a some down payment, and after that some annual payment is calculated, that you have to pay this much money per year. Okay, so that money is calculated for every year. First year money will be more, money will be given, than every year the money will be lesser, and the final year that actual amount is given, that smaller amount is given in the last year. That is how a shorter formula will apply here. The question says, what annual payment will discharge a debt of rupees 770 due in 5 years? Number of years is 5 years. So 4, 3, 2, 1, and the 5th year, that amount, annual payment is suppose X, that X will be given in the last year, 5th year. In this way, we calculated how that for shortcut formula is applied, that I will just talk about. Okay, so what annual payment will discharge a debt of rupees 770 due in 5 years? The rate of interest is 5% per year. Okay, let me just write here. It says the annual debt we are given here, a debt of rupees 770 is to be paid annual payment with annual payment is to be paid in annual payments, right? Annual payments. Question says annual payments due in 5 years. Now number of years is 5 years. The rate of interest and the rate of interest is try to understand this question is very interesting, very important question as well, because most of the examinations are considering nowadays this kind of questions or giving this kind of questions. Okay, rate of interest being 5%, per annum. That is always given. Per annum is per year, no problem. That is given. Per year it may be half yearly, it may be, or quarterly it may be. Now in this case it is per annum, no problem. So now what we have to find out then? We find here that annual payment. What is the annual payment? Okay. The annual payment we have to find out for these 5 years. Annual payment. Well, annual payment with interest is to be given every year. That is how we have to find out annual payment. So by the shortcut formula we will just write down, then I will solve it, or I will define this. Finally, after solving this question, I'll just define that how this formula is operated. That annual payment is A, suppose for the total money that is A, amount A, that 100 into A. So let me take annual payment. Here it is annual payment. Annual payment is X, rupees X. Okay, given per year, rupees X. Then by shortcut formula, this I will define just after solving this question. By shortcut formula, this I will define that how this formula is operated. By shortcut formula, X is equal to 100 into A, where A is total money borrowed. A क्या है? What is A here? Sorry, A is debt, total money. A is equal to debt taken, or debt, or in this case, debt of rupees. In this case, rupees 770, or rupees 770. In the case of rupees 770 is 100 upon A into 100 into T. T is the number of years. Plus, here we write, what is that, rate R into T. T into T minus 1 divided by 2. This is very important. Now this formula is applied, where T is number of years, R is rate, and T into T minus 1. T is total number of years, whatever, in this case it is 5, then 5 minus 1 is 4, so 5 into 4 upon 2 into R, and this is 100 into T is number of years. So this is how we have to calculate this question. Let me find this shortcut formula. With the help of this shortcut formula, the final answer, that what annual payment he has to pay. Then I have to define that what is formula, how this formula is operated. So, solution. Hence, the annual payment X is equal to this 100 into A divided by 100 into T plus R into T minus 1 upon 2. Here it is 2. Now let me put the values. Here A is rupees 770, you will put here, right? T is number of years, 5 years.